had somebody scare us, like a friend. We lived in Grafton in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I thought the Ouija board told you there was something.
That's
in
what
the
I thought
dryer.
too.
That's I'm
The
freaking
Ouija
out
board
about.
told you that someone was trapped in the dryer. That's what I thought.
So you're.
And I think it did. And so then whenever we went and looked, there was actually somebody or something that made us. She did something.
It was like an extra sock or something.
To scare us about the dryer. Like the door flew open or something happened. And it was freaky. To a little kid, but I also found huge entertainment out of getting scared. I lived in the middle of the country where Friday the 13th, the only way I could not be scared going outside was to tell myself it wasn't Friday the 13th. It was that pitch black. It was that middle of the nowhere. It was the and so to me,
if you walked outside and somebody went,
I would have fucking pooped my pants. And my uncle did that. Uncle Kenny did that to
He
me.
pooped your pants?
No, Uncle Kenny did that to me.
Oh,
see,
okay.
So there was a time where I had to walk up. We had about a half-mile long driveway to a road, and then the road went up to my grandparents' house. And it was probably another half mile, a quarter mile. I would have to meet him at the end of our driveway to give him something.
Oh,
And
man.
he knew, and he would get there first and go, or run,
Right.
whatever, and fucking scare the shit out of me. So I'd have to go, it's not Friday the 13th, it's not Friday the 13th. And I'm 8 years old. I read Pet Sematary. Scared the hell out of me, but I loved it and I was hooked on being scared. So the chick, the babysitter with the Ouija board, was kind of cool.
my dad did that with Freddy Krueger when I watched The Nightmare on Elm Street. In 7th grade. We lived on Jennings, and I had the apartment upstairs, but it was a duplex, but they only rented it out as a single
He's in
family
the
home.
7th grade, living on his own.
So, well, I mean, it was just, you walked up the steps, and it was
groceries.
and it was just the second floor is all it was, and I walked up the step, and the living room of that apartment was my bedroom. And so basically I just walked down the steps and then into the kitchen, and then there was a door to go into the kitchen.
Okay.
So, I mean, it wasn't like I was in a separate...
And Freddy Krueger.
My dad took knives as he was walking up the steps, and then kind of like tried to make them in the shadow.
That would have been pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
He was such a douchebag. Yeah, he was such a jerk.
Now, what were you saying? You had a babysitter that did softcore porn?
She didn't do it; she just watched it.
Oh, she just watched.
Yeah, she looked like the old woman in The Shining. So in the bathtub,
Yeah.
You know that one?
Yeah.
No way. Your parents were terrible at picking babysitters.
They were horrible, but they were out shooting heroin.
Yeah, my mom.
It wasn't like it was a.
Who knows what my parents were doing right during that time frame?
I don't remember having a babysitter ever. And,
Well, Packy probably took care of you then.
No. Poor bro. Yeah, I don't want to get into his chicken shit stories, but
Packy was the responsible one of them.
well, here was the thing: we never developed this healthy thing. We just didn't develop it.
Right.
So, like any noise around the house freaked us out. I remember one time, everybody's gone, right, and it's
know,
me. It's me.
You have to assume.
It's me.
He'd go back and squeaky the voice.
In my mind.
Seriously?
No, it's me and my little brother, all right, and we're in the house. And they just figured out that I had this recording. Anyway, so we're in the house, right, and I hear a noise.
It's not broadcasting live, it's recording.
It's just blackmail material. It's fine.
I hear that. She didn't listen to your podcast. What makes you think she's going to listen to our second one?
Point well taken.
Okay.
Oh, this is becoming Richard's
We really
second
are.
podcast.
Yeah, I guess. No, I won't.
Now you do his homework for him, but me and Mitzi, you just try to guilt him to do it.
Well, because he knows I just won't do it.
He just won't do it. We're just dragging him along. And,
He'll guilt trip you into doing
I
it.
just watched a television show. I let it run the other night, so mine wasn't very exciting.
so usually the anchor is,
something on a ship or a boat that holds it down.
right. So we don't want to call Rich the anchor, but
No, we don't.
That holds the boat down.
anyway. So
I do hold the boat down.
yeah. So back to the other bit.
Babysitters.
We didn't have babysitters, so we were kind of, if we did, we were left, with the packy.
Right.
And if he wasn't there, then it was just me and Chris, and so I hear a noise, right?
Right.
So it's in the house.
Rich's is a short one. I'm going to pop my kids while you're doing it.
It's in the house. It's upstairs.
Are you going to make it the good way?
Yeah, pop it on the stove.
Are you going to do the butter and the garlic?
No, the sugar and the...
I can make 2 bowls.
Have you ever had his popcorn? It's delightful.
Kettle corn and regular corn.
Oh. Kettle corn is from hell. I don't get kettle corn.
So you didn't. So let me get this straight.
So anyway, I lock us out of the house. Is what ends up happening because I hear a noise that's upstairs, right? That's neither of us. Okay, so out the front door we go. Well, the front door locked right behind us. So here I am. I mean, this is my first official. Watching the kid thing.
So you're just watching.
I'm supposed to be an adult and unlock us out of the house.
How old were you at this time? About 18, 19?
Well, hey.
I think it was 27.
I told you where I lived. One time I'm babysitting, and my grandfather calls and says...
That's not your grandfather.
Do you know why Alex is up here? Well, Alex is 10 years younger than me, so I probably was about 12, so she would have been 2. Somehow she walked outside and walked us 3/4 of a mile. And I didn't know she was gone.
I was babysitting my sister one night. It was, I think it was a Sunday. I don't remember it was a Sunday night because I had school the next day. And my mom and dad were at
Why do people in my house put stuff away where it goes?
The Kmart Christmas party.
Can't do that.
Okay.
The Kmart Christmas
Kmart Christmas party, and it was at a restaurant in Alton on Humbert Road. I don't remember. I don't remember what's Eddie Eagles' carpet place.
Oh,
now.
Right.
There used to be a restaurant there, and apparently it was kind of.
I think it was called Carpet Muncher.
It was fairly nice. Fairly nice restaurant. Well, someone stole my dad's coat, and his keys and his wallet were in his coat. So my mom calls me and says, "Richard, someone stole your dad's coat, his wallet, and his keys. They know where we live. We'll be there soon after the police come and we make a report." I'm like 11. And I'm like, my heart's beating out of my chest. I can't go back to sleep because I'm scared out of my mind.
And you locked yourself out of that? Oh.
No, I stayed in the house. I stayed on the couch. And the only sound I can hear is blood rushing through my ears. So I can't hear anything if it was going to happen.
That's great. So, what would be creepy is one of the dudes from Kmart shows up.
Right. So when I see the lock on the front door, I was like, "That's it. I'm dead. That's it."
Did you shed a little?
No, but I think I might have cried out to Elizabeth, "I'm coming to join you, honey."
The shrieks of terror. Hey, you ever been so scared that you try to scream and nothing comes out?
No.
Just nothing?
No.
Oh, my God.
But I was at a buddy's house one night, and it was one afternoon, and the neighbor kid kept coming over. And I thought it was like grease, and so
it would have burned a little.
Right.
Made this
so this kid, he's knocking on the door. Well, he had like the scary man mask,
Uh-huh.
So I put it on, and then I opened the door, and I hid behind the front door, and he opened the screen, and I jumped out, ah! And he actually jumped and shook at the same time. I scared so bad.
Last night I was watching Alton Brown, Good Eats, and he was talking about popcorn.
Okay.
You know that the inside, the white part of the popcorn that we eat is actually liquid and then cools that fast.
Really?
Nah.
Yeah. Yes. He was talking about
So it's like water?
That's liquid.
I don't understand. So what happened to the corn?
What corn?
The kernel.
Okay.
The kernel's still there.
Where?
Is that the part you don't eat?
It's endosperm inside.
Oh, great.
Gets heated up with water and steam.
special
And whenever
recipe.
it explodes,
So is that why it's salty?
no. But I just found it interesting that was a liquid just for like a second.
That is cool.
It's amazing.
Is it a whole second? So
it couldn't have been that long. Come here and look. It has a clear lid in it.
that's
I love
like
that you were waiting, ready to catch it, and the second you
And then
turned
I
away.
started talking. Yeah.
He was going to catch it and eat it, is what he was
Because the
going
trick
to
to
do.
popcorn too is get the oil in there and get it hot enough so you put one kernel in there. And
Right.
As soon as it pops,
then
then
you
you
know
put...
to add all your other popcorn.
right. So that's like the good kernel. Like
This guy here is popping popcorn. Like, he's not even Jiffy Poppy in action.
Jiffy Pop,
I just found
the
one
worst
now.
stuff ever made. Jiffy
Well, I didn't
Pop.
think-
And how
You're gonna hate on Jiffy Pop now?
pretty
I don't know if I
Jiffy
don't think
Pop.
that my family ever successfully popped a Jiffy Pop.
You
thing.
cannot do it. It
Well-
just doesn't have. It's like getting a pot pie to actually heat all the way around and in the middle too,
Right.
without burning the edges. It just doesn't work. So, Jiffy Pop, got a story about that. My great-grandmother lived in Pittsfield, Illinois. Had this house. It was kind of an odd place, but you got to figure this is a small town. It's, nobody cares where they live there, essentially. And so she had renters on both sides of her house, right? She rents out to all these transient types on one side, and then she's got this old fat dude named Maynard that lives on the other, right?
Right?
I read that book. It was.
And I could see Maynard eating like human flesh. I'm just saying.
No, you could see him doing a lot of other strange things.
Okay.
And usually,
Like the underwear on the clotheslines.
well, if you were somewhat awake in the middle of the night, you would actually see him do those things, but. Yeah, it's a story for
You're
another
the
time.
creepiest stories.
Grandma
You
really
have creepy stories.
I
does.
don't know if she really needed money that bad, but anyhow,
So
that's
that puts
kind of
you-
the way it happened.
Oh, I gotta say, I'm gonna hold you for just 1 second.
Oh,
Dude, sun's out, guns out. You've been working out, haven't you? Dang, bro, I can tell. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. Okay, back to your Maynard story. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
So anyhow,
No, I'm sorry.
it's not Maynard, it's Dave. So Dave was maybe a mechanic, maybe not.
thought
I'm not
Dave was
really
dead.
sure what he was.
Dave's dead.
But he had this perpetually greasy head.
Okay.
I mean, he could get out of the shower, I
can I
think,
get a little Dave on my popcorn?
and still have
Dave.
greasy head.
That one's for Carmela.
Poor little Dave on there.
Season she
So
loves.
anyway, Dave, being the bachelor that he is, and living in the
Perpetual
palace,
bachelor.
living in the palace in which he did,
Right?
always had Jiffy Pop somehow.
Right.
I think maybe they had it down at the shelter, and when he moved, he just helped himself with
Okay.
whatever was there. So
Dave and Jiffy Pop.
Dave could not successfully cook the Jiffy Pop. Okay? So we're kids. We're sitting in the kitchen of Grandma's house. This weird dude walks in, and it's just us. Okay? No parents, no great grandma.
And Dave playing
So-
the banjo of...
So Dave is entertaining us with the Jiffy Pop thing. All right, so he's standing there and he's talking to us about some, I don't know, crazy bullshit. He burns the hell out of that Jiffy Pop. I mean, he just...
Nothing sweeter than burnt popcorn.
No, absolutely. So he burns the hell out of it. Then he starts yelling at Maynard, which Maynard is right. And so we don't know. I mean, we're kids. I mean, he goes, "Hey, Maynard, want some Jimmy Pop?" you know he's not going to give it to him like on a normal basis. If he could cook it correctly, he would eat it. But now that it's burnt, he's going to give it to Maynard, right? And so we're just like all freaked out. All of a sudden, there's going to be a war in that kitchen. This is going through my
Right.
head.
Right.
Maynard's going to come through there with a knife and stab Dave, and we're going to be stuck there, and we're witnesses. We don't know that much about Maynard, even though he's lived there for 45 years. You know, he could just bust loose and kill us all. Luckily, after a while, Great grandma came back out to the
I
kitchen.
feel like you're just making this
I'm gonna
up.
try to catch it though this time.
Just off the top.
And
I can see it bubbling. The
And
endosperm's
the
getting hot.
crisis was averted.
Hey, it's turning into liquid
The
on the
end.
inside right now,
You should
man.
turn that into a children's book somehow.
Oh, that one. That one ready. No.
Yeah, I probably should, but I'm not. I'm not a good writer like some people I know.
You don't have the Poppycock Award.
That's right. I don't.
Good stuff there.
Don't. So, hey, we're gonna get to, I guess, eating popcorn. Do you have a good babysitter story?
No.
So when you were,
No, none where you were babysitting?
so Dan, when you were like 11, you didn't have like the 13, 14-year-old babysitter that.
Oh, hell
you didn't-
no. My mom cut my hair until I was 18. I mean, come on. What do you think? We didn't get let out of the house because, well, I don't know. I mean, we could go play with our friends, but heaven forbid something might happen to us. We couldn't get too far out, So, no. I mean, babysitters could have poisoned us, I guess my mom was a little paranoid,
To the point that she worked at the school and watched you while you ate
Yeah,
lunch.
absolutely.
Dan looked
Yeah.
like he was
Did
trying
you
to
know
pull
your-
his pants.
did you-
I didn't know what was
I
that.
know.
I didn't know. I did know Dan's mom, and I really liked Dan's mom, and I liked Dan's dad. However, there was a neighbor boy that told Dan's parents that I stole baseball cards from them, so they didn't like me.
Did they ever know which ones you stole?
I mean, it's still in. I was Paper Boy of the Year in 1984. I had ethics and morals. I didn't steal baseball cards.
Wow.
I could buy them.
Was there any missing for you for
Oh.
them to think that you did?
Jeez.
Oh, I don't
What
know.
he stole.
No, I have no idea. Rich always looks at me when he tells the story, and I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Well, I remember there was a picture of Rich hanging up at your house that said, "Do not sell baseball."
Do not let him come
Right.
over to the
Right.
yard sale.
No.
And the other kid
That
broke
is
out our
awesome.
window, our front door. I don't know, once every couple of years, maybe once a year. I'm not really sure. And it was just idiot stuff, One time it was baseball, and the other time it was some other crap, But yeah, I don't think he was real welcome at the house. As a matter of fact,
I mean, they never told me I wasn't welcome. The kid told me, Danny's mom doesn't like you. She hates your guts because she thinks that you stole baseball cards from her. So I didn't go over there
That was
anymore.
not very nice. Well, she never was mean to you at school, was she?
No, she wasn't. I mean, she was
Not
nice,
that he
but then,
knows.
but then
She gave him the outdated milk.
I don't think that she was overly friendly.
I don't think my
After
mom
that.
was overly
I don't think
friendly
she
anyway.
was either.
I mean, that was my
That's
mom.
who
She was nice to me.
Yeah. She wasn't like that outgoing.
I was delightful. With
She
her
used to make me sweet tea, and she let me have the jar of peanut butter over in your room. That's not weird at all.
We didn't have a dog.
Be like, "Here, Dan, you want some peanut butter?"
No. We've got some
You go
good.
through 2 of these a week.
We've got some good stories about peanut butter and government cheese.
Yeah.
And friends, or I don't know. Are they still friends? Kind of. I guess they're acquaintances now.
Oh, you're awesome.
They're a little bit closer then.
Sweet and salty.
Yeah, that was always fun. So you have good babysitter stories? I mean,
No.
come on.
I was always the babysitter. You don't like it?
My
Did you have some little pervert kid that was always trying to grope up on you?
No. They were always.
Then we have fun seasons.
They were, yeah. Boys.
Right.
They always
So
were like right there.
two
played
Benadryl
all
would put
kinds
them
of
out
games.
for the evening.
Right.
I never did that.
What?
No.
Sugar.
Not even as a parent?
No, my kids don't know what Benadryl is. Sorry.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm a terrible mom, aren't I?
Yeah. Teach these kids.
I don't know. And we did weird things like we carved a hot dog into the shape of a Hershey's Kiss and dipped it in gravy and then wrapped it in
Oh,
Hershey's
that's
Kiss
fun.
foil
Oh
and gave
yeah,
it to my sister.
we did that.
Now my brother and sister were a riot though.
And then later on, we carved a hot dog into a finger, I think, with a World Series St. Louis Cardinals ring.
Yeah, they're like recently.
Yeah. The most recent hot dog carving. You don't carve hot dogs? No. It's kind of weird.
You carve red peppers.
Yeah, Steve has, he's got this thing about carving things. I'm not sure. So, Mary, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mary.
Thank you.
And we're going to go babysit the kids. So, see y'all later.
All right.